Nakita mo ba to?
Fan ka pala ng Game of
Siyempre,
Thrones.
Game of Thrones yan. Fresh from the US House. Ano ba to? Lannister ba to? Oh, Lannister, Stark. Ito, Targaryen, and Baratheon.
Sa apat na yan, saan ka?
Ano, wala.
Wala.
House Violena.
May nagtanong pala sa akin.
Oh, anong tanong?
Kasi di ba ang stocks pwede mong i-trade, no? You can earn from the volatility of the prices of the stocks.
Yung buy low, sell high.
Oo.
Na yung iba ginagawa, buy high, sell low.
Oo, kaya lugi sila, di ba? Ang tanong is, sa mutual funds ba, pwede mo ring gawin yon?
Ano yun yung magbabuy high and sell low ka sa mutual fund?
Hindi, buy low, sell high ka.
Buy low, sell high.
Kasi di ba, kunwari yung equity
Oh.
mutual funds, no, or UITF, may volatility din yon.
Meron.
Oo. So, okay din ba na nagba-buy low ka, sell high sa mutual funds? Ang mutual funds ba may technical analysis din ba yung mga charts niya?
Actually, sa mutual fund kasi, the fund itself is parang stock.
Mhm.
Parang think of a mutual fund as a single company or a single stock. Now-
Kakain ako ng nachos,
sige.
ha?
Sige. So, ako magtatrabaho, ikaw kakain. So, ang nangyayari kasi dyan is yung fund manager, siya rin nagtitrade. Halimbawa, si ganitong mutual fund A, may 30 stocks dyan. So, si fund manager na bahala mag-trade. What stocks to buy, when to buy, if to sell, when to sell. So, parang kumbaga nangyayari yung return or yung trading sa loob ng mutual fund. Kumbaga. Tapos, makikita mo lang kung nag-appreciate yung price. Now, dun sa tanong na, ano yung tanong?
Pwede mo rin bang i-trade yung mutual funds? So, for example, nakita mo na,
Oo.
di ba meron tayong episode na sinasabi natin yung mga best performing na mutual funds, di ba?
Right.
So, what if doon ka naka-invest sa mutual fund na hindi siya best performing?
Hindi best performing.
So,
or
ibebenta
pwede
mo
ka bang pwede ka bang mag-buy and sell on the same fund?
Oo, pwede rin, no? Or siguro, for scenario, ibebenta mo yung shares mo doon sa mutual fund, bibili ka nung best performing.
Okay.
Tapos,
okay.
sabihin natin na after a year, wala na doon sa best performing fund yung mutual fund mo.
Right.
Benta mo na, bili ka naman ng shares nung bagong mga mutual funds sa best performing.
Yeah.
No? So, this is the
That's
first
true.
scenario. The second scenario is, sa equity funds, no, siyempre nagka-fluctuate yan. Di ganun din. Pag mataas na, benta mo na, hintayin mong bumaba yung share price ng mutual fund na yon, bili ka ulit pag bumaba.
Ang hirap naman ng tanong mo. Kakagat muna ka ng nachos.
Sige. So, is that a good strategy? Or
Well,
is that something that you would recommend?
Ang mutual fund kasi talaga is really built for the long term.
Okay.
Kumbaga, ang parang sinasabi natin na unique feature ng mutual fund is you let the fund manager trade na on your behalf.
Oo, kaya
So,
ka nga
kumbaga,
mutual fund, no?
Oo, so kumbaga ikaw, you have your own business, entrepreneur ka, you have your own work. Bahala na si fund manager mag-trade for you. So it really saves you the hassle of doing the trading by yourself. Although, not saying na you cannot do that. On the first scenario, actually I've reviewed kasi ang association ng mutual fund called Philippine Investment Fund Association, every year may awarding yan. And tinali ko mula inception yung mga awardees ng mga fund. Meron akong file note. Maybe we can share one of these days. And interestingly, there are really some funds na consistent na walang fund na parating number 1 or number 2.
Oo, yes.
But there are some funds na parati silang top 25, top 30%. So I think from there, sa umpisa pa lang, tingnan mo na yung top 25%.
Okay.
And don't only look at the year to date, previous 1 year. Tingnan mo din yung pinakamalayong return niya. Like previous 5 years dun sa website nila para at least makita mo. Kasi baka mamaya, sinwerte lang yung fund kasi may mga ganong factor din minsan. Minsan, swerte or minsan, halimbawa isang factor dyan also sa performance ng fund is yung size ng fund.
Okay.
The smaller the fund, syempre, mas madali ka mag-trade sa market.
That's right. Mga
Halimbawa,
bagong
mga bagong fund or medyo niche funds. For example, ang fund mo 300 million lang. Tapos sabihin mo, kunwari, for the sake of example, sabihin ni fund manager, I would allot 10% in X stock. So, 10% ng 300 million, 30 million lang. Ay, yung 30 million, pwedeng sa isang company, maliit lang yun, right? Vis-a-vis, a big fund, for example, I know one fund, isa sa mga pinakamalaking mutual fund na equity, 25 billion.
Billion?
Yes.
Okay.
So, kung the same philosophy, 10% nun, it's 2.5 billion already.
Oo, mahirap na bumili ng stocks sa ganung karaming volume, di ba?
Exactly, kasi 2.5 billion mo, isang araw na sa stock market siguro yun. So, i-space mo pa yun.
Pag binili niya yon ng isang particular
hindi
stock,
mo mabibili ng isang araw yun.
So, ibig sabihin, iba-ibang price niya mabibili yun.
Oo.
So,
at different brokers mo pabibili nyo.
Yeah.
Kasi hindi pwede sa isang broker lang. Baka mamaya, pag sa isang broker lang, edi nakita na yung strategy mo.
Yes.
I-spread mo pa between days. So, kaya medyo mahirap din yung, kumbaga, at the end of the day, medyo mas challenging din palakihin yung isang fund na malaki. Kasi, kumbaga, in terms of agility, you cannot really go in and out of the market. So, parang ako, I think of it as parang a big fund na para siyang truck na mahirap nang gumanon. Maniobra versus a small fund na parang nakamotor ka lang, pag motor, pag ganon.
So, ano yung masasabi mo nga doon sa mga taong nagbabalak na mag-performance chaser? Sa
performance chaser, it really would not work. Kasi by the time na halimbawa yung hinahabol mong fund umalagwa na or nag-outperform na, huli ka na
Huli ka na nun.
Nag-perform na yun And actually, isipin mo rin na sa investment, di ba, the higher the return, the higher the risk. Meaning, baka yung hinahabol mong high return fund, ibig sabihin high risk din yun. Baka mamaya, pag bumaba naman ang market, pag na-timing bumaba yung market, mas malaki naman ang negative niya.
That's right.
So, baka doon ka naman ma-caught off guard. Naghabol ka ng top performing na when the market is good, paano kung biglang nag-correct, biglang bumaba?
That's right.
So, baka maipit ka din.
So
ako, ang tip ko lang dyan, stay the course. Kung halimbawa yung fund mo naman is medyo nasa gitna or medyo underperforming, then it's time to review. But maybe, then, kung halimbawa, 1 year or 3 years lang parating nasa bottom yung fund mo, like bottom half or bottom 25%, doon ka na pwedeng lumipat. Kasi talagang balago ka na for the longest time But yung every quarter or twice a year, you're shifting from the balagoong.
Titignan mo kung ano yung best performing.
It really would not work. And besides, baka ma-charge ka pa ng mga fees kasi sa mutual funds.
Actually, doon ka nga malulugi, no?
Doon ka malulugi.
Mga front-end, back-end
halimbawa, pumunta ka sa isang fund, ang charge sa'yo at the front 3%. Kung palipat-lipat ka, 3% ka ng 3%. Imaginein mo, pag lumipat ka, agad-agad up front, may kaltas kang 3%. So, even yung 3%, hahabulin mo pa yun.
That's right.
So, stay the course. And at the onset talaga, you just go for the top half or top 25% of the fund. Or maybe index fund.
Or index fund.
Kasi Tapos yung pangalawang scenario is
yung same mutual fund. Ang ginagawa mo lang, sinesell mo pag mataas na, hintay mo bumaba, bili ka ulit.
Well, ang tingin ko dyan is you look for opportunity cost or the cost of that decision. Kung halimbawa mataas ang market at tingin mo naman ang market bababa lang ng 2 or 3%. Tapos ang pera mo sa mutual fund, sabihin lang natin, you're just starting. 10,000 pesos pa lang yung pera mo sa mutual fund. Was 2% of 10,000? 20 pesos? So do you think it's worth your while na mag-go in and out ka for a 20 pesos
potential
gain or loss, right?
That's right.
Vis-a-vis, kung halimbawa,
and again, may entry fees pa ulit yan.
Entry fees ka pa ulit. Although some nag-waive. But on the onset, meron akong kliyente, halimbawa, may isang kliyente ako dati, may 50 million. Yung 50 million, talagang tinatime mo yun. May isa rin akong kliyente, may mga 100 plus. Ganyan. So, pag medyo mataas ang market, tapos...
Pakilala mo naman ako sa mga kliyente mo yan.
Basta, secret. Investor secret. So, pag well, I call them up, sinasabi ko, ma'am, you might consider profit taking, tapos pumasok tayo sa mas mababa. Kasi again, yung 1-2% difference, or even 5%, malaki, 5 million na rin yun. So, you can also do that actually. But ako, tingin ko lang at the end of the day, it's really about cost-benefit analysis.
Yes.
Diba? Parang is it worth it yung magto-toxic ka, tapos titinang pa yung market for what amount. Diba?
Okay.
And basically, again, mutual funds are really designed na ano ka lang, para kang nanonood ng movie.
Oo.
Ano yun?
Sit back and relax.
Oo.
Sit back
Relax
and
see a
relax.
movie.
Oo.
Ganun siya.
Okay. So, ang nakukuha ko rito is, unang-una, kung kaya ka nga nag-mutual fund kasi you're probably busy and you don't have the time to look at to monitor the market.
Yes.
So,
That's true.
kung magmi-mutual fund ka, dapat may tiwala ka na dun sa fund manager na siya na yung bahala doon.
Oo. Then these are experts.
Oo.
Also.
So hindi mo na kailangan unnecessary na yung nagba-buy and sell ka ng shares
hindi
ng
na rin
mutual fund.
talaga.
Okay. Tapos pagdating naman sa if you're just new to investing and you're looking for a mutual fund na saan mo ilalagay yung pera mo, ang recommendation is look at the historical performance of the fund. Tapos pili ka nila siguro sa top 25,
top
no?
25%.
Oo, so wag nila i-base solely dun sa sino ba yung top performing last year or sino yung last quarter, no?
Hindi, wala talagang, so far, wala akong nakita na siya yung number 1 parati every year.
Oo.
Walang ganun. As in,
So,
wala.
kumuha siya ng mga historical performance ng mga funds na medyo gusto niya, tas dun siya mag-decide. Para once pumasok siya dun sa mutual fund na yon, kampante siya na iwanan for several years.
Saka
no?
yung kampante din siya on the investment style of the fund manager. Kasi
that's right.
some fund managers medyo mas aggressive sila.
Oo.
Some fund managers naman medyo mas conservative. Pagdating sa stocks kasi may ganun-ganun pa rin.
Diyan papasok yung prospectus nung nung mutual fund,
tapos
papasahin din nila.
Prospectus, saka tingnan niya rin yung top holdings.
Oo.
Ayan, para at least, kumbaga, kung ako aggressive person, gusto ko na stocks, aggressive ako, di okay ako sa medyo aggressive na investment philosophy. Pero kung gusto ko stocks, pero gusto ko puro blue chips, then doon ako sa fund na
mas maraming blue chips.
So, depende pa rin if your own investment philosophy matches dun sa investment philosophy ng fund. Investment philosophy ng fund manager.
At saka, at the end of the day, it's all about your financial goals, no?
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Doon papasok yung annual review if your investment is still aligned with your financial goal, no?
Right.
If it is still aligned or makukuha naman yung financial goal mo, wag mo na galawin yung
or yung financial target mo.
Yung financial target mo.
Halimbawa, kailangan ko ng 1.2 million pang college fund. Kung on track ka naman sa 1.2 million,
wag mo na galawin. Pero kung underperforming, doon ka mag-consider, no? Kung saan bang mutual fund yung kayang
i-deliver yung 1.2.
Pero wag silang lilipat just because number 1 siya, ililipat ko.
Lalo na yung every year.
Every
quarter.
Okay, so I guess that's something that a lot of people don't really know about. Kasi it's a very unique question. No?
Yeah.
So I guess that's it now for now, and I hope you learned a lot from this episode. So don't forget to subscribe and see you next week. Bye-bye.